All right, Cowboys Nation, listen up. The star on that helmet might be shining, but the team's performance? Not so much. We're diving into the 5 major problems plaguing America's team as they limp into their bye week. From Mike McCarthy's head, scratching decisions to an O-line that's more like a turnstile, we're breaking it all down. So grab your jersey, maybe a stiff drink, and let's get real about the state of the Dallas Cowboys. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. We've got some serious issues to unpack. So grab your star-spangled jerseys and settle in, because we're about to break down the 5 major problems facing the Cowboys right now. First up, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Mike McCarthy. Now, I know some of you out there are die-hard McCarthy supporters, but we've got to call it like we see it. The head coach's decision-making has been questionable at best and downright baffling at worst. Remember that fourth down call against the 49ers? Yeah, we're still scratching our heads over that one. McCarthy came to Dallas with a Super Bowl ring and a reputation for offensive genius, but what we've seen so far is a far cry from his Green Bay glory days. The offense has been inconsistent, and there's a growing concern that McCarthy might be out of touch with the modern NFL. It's not just about the play calling, folks. It's about the overall game management and the inability to make crucial adjustments when the team is on the back foot. But here's the thing, it's not all on McCarthy. Which brings us to our second major problem, the offensive line. Oh boy, where do we even start with this one? Remember when the Cowboys' O-line was the envy of the league? Those days feel like ancient history now. Injuries have decimated this unit, and the lack of depth is showing in a big way. Tyrone Smith, once the cornerstone of this line, has been in and out of the lineup more times than we can count. And when he's not on the field, it's like watching a completely different offense. Dak Prescott is running for his life out there, and the running game? Well, let's just say Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard aren't finding many holes to run through. Speaking of running, let's talk about our third major issue, the red zone offense. Cowboys fans, I hate to say it, but our red zone efficiency is about as effective as a screen door on a submarine right now. We're moving the ball between the 20s like nobody's business, but as soon as we sniff the end zone, it's like we hit an invisible wall. The play calling gets predictable, the execution falls apart, and before you know it, we're settling for yet another field goal. Greg Zuerlein's a great kicker and all, but I think we can all agree we'd rather see him kicking extra points than field goals. This red zone struggle is costing us games, plain and simple. We're leaving too many points on the board, and in a league where every score counts, that's a recipe for disaster. Now, let's shift gears and talk about our fourth problem, the secondary. Oh boy, where do I even begin? Our pass defense has more holes than a block of Swiss cheese. We've got talented players back there, no doubt about it. Trayvon Diggs has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency is key, and right now, we're about as consistent as Texas weather. Opposing quarterbacks are having a field day against us, picking apart our coverage like it's a Thanksgiving turkey. And don't even get me started on the big plays we're giving up. It seems like every game, there's at least one moment where we're all yelling at our TV screens as an opposing receiver streaks down the field wide open. But here's the kicker, Cowboys Nation, all these problems we've talked about? They all feed into our fifth and perhaps most crucial issue, mental toughness. This team has all the talent in the world, but when the going gets tough, we seem to crumble faster than a cookie in milk. We've seen it time and time again this season. We'll start strong, build a lead, and then watch it slip away in the second half. It's like we're playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And let me tell you, that's a dangerous mindset in the NFL. This lack of mental toughness shows up in crucial moments. Third downs, fourth quarter drives, game-winning situations. These are the moments where champions are made, and right now, we're coming up short more often than not. So, what's the solution to all this? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The bye week couldn't have come at a better time for the Cowboys. It's a chance to regroup, reassess, and hopefully reinvent ourselves for the second half of the season. McCarthy and his coaching staff need to use this time wisely. They need to take a long, hard look at the play calling, especially in the red zone. Maybe it's time to open up the playbook a bit, get creative, and stop being so predictable. As for the O-line, we need to get healthy and fast. But more than that, we need to develop some depth. The front office might need to make some moves, bring in some veteran help to shore up this unit. Because, let's face it, if we can't protect Doc and create holes for our running backs, we're in for a long second half of the season. The secondary needs a complete overhaul in terms of scheme and execution. We've got the talent, now we need to put them in positions to succeed. That means better communication, tighter coverage, and for the love of all that is holy, can we please stop giving up the big play? But perhaps most importantly, this team needs to find its heart. They need to dig deep and find that mental toughness that's been missing. This is the Dallas Cowboys we're talking about, America's team. We've got a legacy to uphold, and right now, we're not living up to it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. It's not all doom and gloom. We've had some good moments too. And you're right. We have. But if we want to be more than just a team with good moments, if we want to be contenders, we need to address these issues head-on. The talent is there. We've got a franchise quarterback in Dak Prescott, who's shown he can sling it with the best of them when he's got time. We've got playmakers like CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, who can break a game wide open. And on defense, we've got guys like Micah Parsons, who are absolute game wreckers when they're on. But talent alone doesn't win championships. It takes coaching, execution, and that mental toughness we've been talking about. And right now, we're falling short in all those areas. So as we head into this bye week, I'm calling on everyone in the Cowboys organization, from Jerry Jones in the owner's box to the last man on the practice squad, to take a good, hard look in the mirror. Ask yourself, are we doing everything we can to be the best version of the Dallas Cowboys? The bye week is our chance to hit the reset button, to come out swinging in the second half of the season. The question is, will we take advantage of it? Or will we continue to be a team that talks a big game but can't back it up when it matters most? Only time will tell, Cowboys Nation. But one thing's for sure, the next few weeks are going to be crucial for the future of this franchise. So buckle up, because it's going to be one hell of a ride.